Hello and welcome to Magzie's Fun Time. This is Magzie and we are back here on Feed the Beast Infinity Lite 1.10. Um, this is an update video, although it probably will still go into the playlist as a episode, so it's going to be a real fast episode. Uh, one, if you guys were paying attention to my Twitter, or you want to pay attention to my Twitter, the link is up on my page. Just click on the link and go to follow. Um, you know that I had to go while I was recording the WoW video today for the Pilgrims Festival. Um, I had to go pick up my son up from school. He fell trying to rush down the stairs and twisted his ankle. He couldn't walk on it. They come by and told us that they couldn't get a hold of us and they needed us to come pick him up. So we went down to the school uh, and picked him up and spent about 3 hours at the doctor's. That did prevent me from actually finishing the recording, so I just made a quick little ending video for it. Um, anyway, they did x-rays and decided it was a really bad sprain and possibly some ligament damage. So they told us to give it about a week and to go online and look up on the UNC website for how to take care of sprains on a regular basis. You know, like, I'm trying to think of the word for it. You know, like soaking it in water, what to do, what not to do with the sprained leg. So, which I already know that kind of stuff anyway. I've had more breaks and sprains than anybody in my family. But we probably won't have any more videos tonight. I'm doing this one. I got a I got a big editing job to do on the WoW one, and also I got to fix dinner for my son who's pretty much stuck on the bed for right now. And so just to let you guys know that if in a week it hasn't gotten any better, that means there's probably ligament damage, which means he'll have to go back to the doctor and we'll have to get the probably some kind of more detailed scan done of the leg or the ankle, more relevant. Um, if nothing else, it'll teach him to be a little bit more careful when he's running around in school. um, anyway, just to let you guys know that I will do an update video if he ends up having to go back to the doctor to get it checked out again. I will do an update video on that one and let you guys know that. If, however, it's just a sprain and it starts getting better after a week, I'll probably just post it in one of my videos that it is getting better. So, and as always, any kind of updates like that with my family, you can catch me on Facebook. I have not posted this on Facebook yet, though. But I do always post stuff like this on Twitter. So you can always catch me on Twitter. If you don't like Twitter, I do post on Facebook at least once or twice a week. Catch me on there, and I get notifications immediately. So if you message me on or friend request me on Facebook, I can immediately go there. It's on my tablet, it's on my phone, so I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so two things I want to cover in this video since we're doing accidents, and we'll cover some crashes. Yeah, yeah. So this is the problem we had in the video. This thing right here. All right, and they, according to them, they've patched it where it's fixed, but people are still having the crash from breaking it. Now, the other issue, before I get into this one, I want to do both the issues. So this is one, when you break it, it crashes. All right. No, I'll get to the actual bread and butter of it right now in a few seconds. The other issue is this right here. For some reason, these aren't bugged. For some, well, they're not. I'll explain it to you in a second. But it's not bugged. But I was having a problem with these not letting power out to my machines. So all of a sudden it just wouldn't let power out, and I think it has something to do with putting stuff in to get it charged, but I'm not too sure about that one. So I will keep testing on that and tell you what the actual cause is that I found on that one. But let's go over here. We'll cover this one first. So This crashes when you try to break it. Now you can try to break it with anything, and it usually tries crashes. Even breaking it with the configurator, like breaking it, will cause it to crash. Now, what the cause is that I have found on my game. Now, you may be different on your game, but the cause is actually it crashes when it gets up to around 8 to 10% or better of breaking it. All right, and then that's what causes the game to crash. You can jump into creative and with an empty hand just hit it and break it straight out, and it will not crash your game. All right, but if you have the configurator, some people were trying to use this to break this, but you don't just break it. You don't just left click to break this. All right. What you have to do is, first of all, you go into options, go to controls. Now, mine are default, so if it's default, it's probably the same for you guys. But you want to scroll down past journey map. All right. Right here's journey map. Okay, and right here's mechanism. And if you scroll right down here, this is what you're looking for right here. A mechanism item mode switch. Okay, and mine is set to subtract. I didn't change it. That's what it was set to. If there's like this red bracket, like this red text here, that means something else is also set to that button. You have to switch it to something else. So mine set this to subtract. All right. And to mode switch, what you do is you hold the shift button down. See, if I press minus now, nothing happens. All right. My button just got stuck. Nothing happens. Okay. You got to hold shift with it in your hand, with the configurator in your hand, and hit minus. And what that'll do is it'll switch. See, configuration state, configured items, right? Fluids, gases, energy. You want to keep doing that, heat, until you get down to wrench. All right. Once you get to wrench, you come over and shift and right click, and it comes straight up. No crashes. See, we're fine. It's okay. Now I would break it regular to prove to you guys that it does crash, but I don't think so. I don't think so. You guys just have to take my word for it. And hopefully they get it fixed. I'm going to try to do videos tomorrow, but I don't know if my son's going to actually be home from school tomorrow or if he's going to school tomorrow. My wife doesn't really want him to go to school on the bus with the crutches, so she might want him to stay out a couple of days until he's good enough to walk on it by himself before she sends him back to school. We didn't get a doctor's note though, so I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, we got the papers from the doctor's office. We could send it to school if they really wanted to know. But we could go back, I guess, and get a doctor's note if it's a big thing. Anyway, let's go over this one. This bug right here. It happens to me when I put something in here to charge. This is when it happens to me. Or sometimes when I log in, it'll do it. But what it'll do is it'll set these right here defaults to 0. Okay? So with them set to 0, it won't import or export any power whatsoever, which is why your machines don't get power. Right? And all you got to do is so I'm going to go ahead and switch it to 0 right now, just to show you guys how to fix this. Okay, 0 there, and 0 here. There you go. And now it won't import and output. So it's just like if it switched it by itself. All right, just click on this and just keep pressing once until it gets all the way to the end, and it'll automatically default to the maximum. Okay, there you go. That's how you fix that. Now it will reset again until they fix whatever the problem is that keeps resetting. My guess is some kind of compatibility issue between one or more of the mods in it. I don't know. I've been playing Dire Wolf and I had the problem in Dire Wolf yet, so I got to say, I was not going to play both of them at the same time because I thought they might be very similar, but their starts are really not that similar. So I'll probably be having a Dire Wolf quick start guide up pretty soon. I wasn't going to do one if they were the starts were similar, but since he's got actual additions in his and this one doesn't, the starts are vastly different. And I would like to say that I do at Family World, so I do always do my test worlds on Family World, so my kids can come on and play with me and find bugs and stuff like that. And making four drills, like legit, it takes a lot of iron. So to do actual additions, you're probably going to need a good amount of iron. Um, just be aware of that. Good amount of iron, redstone, that kind of stuff. Anyway, actually additions isn't in this one, so we don't have to worry about that until they decide to add it. So that covers the two glitches. I was trying to help people out on the forums with this, so this is basically why I was doing the research on it. For me, I just fixed the problem in my game and I don't use them anymore. But since those are fixed now, we can use these if we want to. All right. So we might get into that one. We might get into that and use it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Um. Anyway, that's the end of this episode. A note: I cannot change this yet, so this is going to be gray. I'm gonna probably get this stuff off the ceiling and make that all stone too. The reason why I can't change this stuff yet is because the only way to change this right now, barring using some other mod to switch blocks out, which I don't really want to do either, I want to use Chisel, and Chisel hasn't added in its left click to change the blocks feature just yet. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting patiently. We're going to organize everything. We'll get as pretty as we possibly can. I might go ahead and dig out the pattern that I want. Go ahead and put my dark oak in here, and then all we'll have to do is switch the stone parts out whenever Chisel gets updated and they put in that left click feature. Is my bait? It is. It is. I need. I don't know if I've ever showed you guys this on the 1.10 version, but you can claim chunks on here, just like so. There you go, and I think it's Shift left click to chunk load them. So there we go. That should cover me all the way to this wall, right? Okay. Because I mean that means sometimes my stuff up there is not getting chunk loaded. I can't have that. Can't have that. All my farms is right above me, so I need those chunk loaded. Anyway, guys. Oh, our new food for this episode: burgers. Also, oh, one more thing. One more thing I found out. This is so cool. I have to show you guys. I have to. So I made some bread. All right. And I put these toasters down. I couldn't figure out how to use them, but I figured it out. All right. So you get your bread in your hand. Okay. You walk up to the toaster, and you just right click with it. Excuse me. And once you got bread in it, just right click again. It shoves it down in there, and you'll see it says toasting. And then once it gets done, it'll pop out. So I don't know if I really want to wait for these to pop out, but I'm putting all my bread over here like this. I'm going to make a bunch of other types of breads too and put them over here so we have different varieties. All of my spices and cotton is going to go on this one right here. So far I do have garlic, I have spice leaf, I have tea, and I have mustard. So, and we're going to be hooking up eggplant up top somewhere. I made these two off camera just to show you guys off. I went over to the villages and got me an emerald to make this one. All right. Once you make this one, you can sell 32 of any of the crops that you grow. They're all in here, and it'll give you an emerald each time. And then you can take and spend emeralds on seeds. One seed per emerald. So it's a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. And this is going to be our main way to making emeralds, and we don't have villagers falling around and everything. And we just have emeralds here. Once a little emerald producing thing. We have tons of crops up there. We're going to have tons of crops. Alright. So selling some is not going to be a big issue. We're going to keep 2 or 3 stacks around. Everything else is going to get sold in here, transferred to emeralds, and then we can buy a new crop whenever we want to. So that's cool. Wow. That was a big thunder. There we go. See it, 100%, and then they jumped up. So nope, no. So I'm gonna right click with empty hand. I'll put that in there. Anyway, that's how those work. So if you like this episode, the dark oak in here is going to be these. This is going to be these right here. I'm going to have a pattern. I ain't decided what kind of pattern I'm going to have. A pattern of these in here. And it's probably going to some kind of chiseled stone. And on the corners, where these corners out here are going to have the this right here. It's going to look pretty good. It's going to have these on there. I'm pretty sure you can't chisel these though. So. Anyway, if you like this episode, make sure you smack that like button. If you subscribe to my channel, I'll send you notifications when I have new videos out. You guys can come check them out, see if you like them. If you like this episode and you want to try it, share it with your friends, tell them what you like. There's a share tab down below. Click on the share tab, copy the link, post it on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you do social media. And I will see you guys on the next episode. I'm getting out here before this lightning crashes all the way through the floor. See you later.